Any man can find a woman to date. But not every man can recognize the woman who deserves to be his wife. And that's where most men fail. They choose based on beauty or chemistry. And years later, they pay the price with regret, debt, and lost years. Here's the truth. A good wife isn't about luck. It's about recognition. And if you don't know the signs, you'll miss her even when she's standing right in front of you. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down 9 signs she's the one you should marry. These signs are your map, your filter, and your protection. As a psychologist and relationship coach who has spent years studying men's struggles in love, I can tell you this. Choosing the right woman is one of the most critical decisions you'll ever make. That's why I want you to subscribe, hit like, and share your story in the comments. What's one quality you believe truly matters in a lifelong partner? Because in the next moment, we're going to dive into the very first sign, one that looks past appearances and goes straight to the kind of connection that actually lasts. Number 1, she challenges you intellectually. Looks may draw you in, but let's be real. Appearance is the weakest foundation for a lifelong bond. A woman's beauty will change with time, but her mind, her ability to think, question, and engage with you, that's what lasts. When you sit across from her and feel like every conversation pulls you deeper into thought, when she makes you stop and rethink your own perspective, that's when you know you're not just with someone attractive, you're with someone valuable. Men often confuse comfort with connection. Comfort is easy conversation, surface-level small talk that passes time. Connection, on the other hand, is when she can meet you in your thoughts and push you further. It's when you bring her an idea and she doesn't just nod politely, she challenges you, sharpens it, and makes it stronger. That's the kind of woman who won't let you stagnate, who will keep you sharp even when the fire of romance cools down. Think about it. Life isn't a constant honeymoon. There will be quiet evenings, stressful days, and moments where attraction takes a back seat to responsibility. In those seasons, the question is simple. Can she engage your mind? Can she remind you why you respect her, not just why you desire her? Never sacrifice intellectual connection for fleeting excitement. A woman who stimulates your mind is more than a partner. She's a teammate in every sense. With her, you don't just share time, you share vision. And that, more than anything else, determines the strength of your marriage. Number 2, she is emotionally consistent. Let's cut through the noise. Every relationship will face storms, work stress, financial strain, health scares. What matters is not whether problems show up, but how the woman beside you reacts when they do. If her emotions are like a roller coaster, calm one minute, chaos the next, you will spend your life managing her moods instead of leading your life. That kind of instability will drain you, leaving you exhausted, second-guessing yourself, and wondering if peace is even possible. Now imagine the opposite. A woman who feels deeply but responds with steadiness. She can have bad days, yes, but she doesn't weaponize her emotions. She doesn't turn small issues into wars. Instead, she carries a sense of calm that grounds you. When life throws curveballs, she doesn't crumble, she adapts. That's the type of woman who becomes your anchor, not another storm you have to survive. Men underestimate this. They get caught up in charm, chemistry, or attraction, only to wake up years later realizing they married volatility. You need to look deeper. Consistency is not about being emotionless. It's about being reliable. It's about knowing that when you turn to her, she won't add fuel to the fire, but help you put it out. Ask yourself honestly, do you feel at peace with her? Or do you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells? Peace isn't boring. Peace is priceless. A woman who brings stability is a woman who protects not just your heart, but your entire future. That is the kind of partner worth building a life with. Number 3. She is empathetic. Every man craves respect, but beyond respect lies something even more powerful: understanding. Empathy is not about her agreeing with everything you say. It's about her being able to step into your shoes, to see the world through your eyes, even when she doesn't share your opinion. When a woman has this quality, you never feel alone in your struggles. Think about the difference. One woman listens but dismisses your worries with a casual, "You'll be fine." Another listens, pauses, and says, "I get why that's heavy for you. Let's figure this out together." That moment of connection changes everything. It tells you she's not just hearing your words, she's absorbing your reality. Without empathy, relationships turn transactional. She wants something, you want something, and neither side truly feels seen. Over time, that emptiness breeds distance. But with empathy, even the hardest seasons become manageable. She doesn't just celebrate your wins, she sits with you in the losses too. She doesn't make it about her, she makes it about us. Ask yourself this: when you share your fears, does she make you regret opening up, or does she make you feel stronger for trusting her? That's the litmus test of empathy. A woman who embodies empathy becomes more than a partner. She becomes your ally. She doesn't just walk beside you, she walks inside the moment with you. And when you find that, you found a woman who can stand with you through victories, failures, and everything in between. Number 4. She is honest. Trust is the oxygen of a relationship. Without it, love suffocates. Honesty is not just about telling the truth when it's convenient. It's about being transparent when it's hard, when silence would be easier, when sugarcoating would keep the peace. A woman who is honest, even when the truth stings, is a woman you can build with. Picture this. You discover she's been hiding things, little lies that pile up until the foundation cracks. Suddenly, every word she says carries doubt. You start questioning her motives, her whereabouts, her promises. That slow erosion of trust is more destructive than any single betrayal. It's like living in a house with no foundation. Sooner or later, it collapses. Now, flip the script. Imagine a woman who lays her cards on the table. She admits mistakes instead of covering them. She tells you the uncomfortable truth because she respects you enough to handle it. With her, you may not always like what you hear, but you will always know where you stand. That certainty is priceless. Don't fool yourself. Honesty doesn't mean perfection. Nobody gets it right all the time. But when a woman chooses integrity over convenience, she's telling you exactly what kind of partner she'll be when life tests both of you. If you want a marriage that lasts, honesty is non-negotiable. Without it, love is just theater. With it, love becomes unshakable. And when you find a woman who embodies that, don't take it lightly, because she's showing you she's worthy of your trust, your respect, and your future. Number 5, she is ambitious. A marriage is not built on one person carrying all the weight. If you want a true partnership, you need a woman who has her own fire, her own drive, her own vision for life. Ambition is not about chasing fame or fortune. It's about having goals, having discipline, and refusing to sit on the sidelines while life passes by. Now, imagine the alternative. A woman who sees marriage as her final destination, not the beginning of a shared journey. Her plan is simple: lean on you for everything while offering little more than dependence. At first, it might feel flattering. She needs you. But over time, that dependence turns heavy. You're not building a life together. You're dragging her along while trying to build it yourself. Contrast that with a woman who has her own ambitions. She doesn't just admire your hustle. She matches it. She supports your vision while also pursuing her own. She doesn't wait for opportunity. She creates it. And when setbacks come, she doesn't collapse into your arms expecting you to fix it all. She stands beside you, ready to strategize, to rebuild, to push forward. This kind of woman becomes your ally in the truest sense. Together, you don't just survive, you thrive. Your goals become aligned, your energy multiplies, and your marriage becomes a force that others admire. So ask yourself, is she content to simply exist, or is she committed to grow, build, and achieve? A woman with ambition won't just share your last name, she'll share your legacy. And that, my friend, is the kind of partner worth choosing for life. Number 6. She is committed to growth. The world is moving fast. New skills, new challenges, new opportunities. Everything changes in the blink of an eye. If the woman by your side refuses to grow, she will eventually fall behind. And when she falls behind, so will your relationship. Stagnation is the silent killer of marriages. Think about it. A woman who has no interest in improving herself becomes dependent, not just financially, but emotionally and intellectually. She leans on you for direction, for stimulation, for purpose. At first, it may not seem like a big deal, but over time, the weight builds. You find yourself carrying not only your own dreams, but dragging hers too. Except she has none. That's not partnership. That's dead weight. Now imagine the opposite, a woman who invests in herself. She reads, learns, adapts. She develops skills, builds resilience, and constantly sharpens her edge. She doesn't wait for you to inspire her. She inspires herself, and in doing so, inspires you. That kind of woman is a force. She makes your household stronger, your relationship deeper, and your vision for the future clearer. A marriage should be a place where two people sharpen each other, not where one grows while the other resists. If she is committed to growth, then every year you spend together becomes more valuable than the last. If she isn't, every year becomes heavier, duller, more frustrating. So ask yourself this: is she moving forward, or is she standing still? A woman who is committed to growth is not just a partner. She is a catalyst. With her, your marriage won't just endure time, it will evolve with it. Number 7. She is mature, not petty or jealous. Let's be honest, every man wants to feel desired. A little jealousy can even feel flattering. But when jealousy turns petty, when it becomes constant suspicion, it doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like prison. And no man thrives in a prison. Picture this. You're at a work event, shaking hands, networking, trying to move your career forward. Instead of cheering you on, she's blowing up your phone, demanding attention, questioning every conversation. You're not just managing business, you're managing her insecurity. Over time, that pressure doesn't just frustrate you, it suffocates you. Now flip that image. Imagine a woman who trusts you. She knows who you are and she knows her own worth. She doesn't panic when you're around other women because she's secure in herself and secure in your bond. Instead of dragging you down with suspicion, she lifts you up with confidence. That's maturity. Petty behavior is exhausting. Mature love is energizing. One drains you, the other sustains you. And here's the truth. You cannot build a future with someone who treats every day like a test of loyalty. But you can build with someone who respects your independence because she's strong enough not to fear it. A woman who is mature understands that trust is the soil where love grows. Without it, nothing thrives. With it, everything flourishes. So ask yourself, does she give you room to breathe? Or does she clip your wings? The answer will tell you everything about your future together. Number 8. She makes effort. Love isn't maintenance-free. It takes investment, time, energy, and intention. Too many men get caught in relationships where they're the only ones showing up, planning, initiating, fixing, and giving. That kind of one-sided dynamic doesn't last. If she's not willing to put in the work, what you have isn't partnership, it's dependency. Now imagine the reverse. A woman who meets you halfway. She doesn't just expect you to call, she picks up the phone too. She doesn't wait for you to plan every date. She surprises you with something thoughtful. She doesn't assume the relationship will run on autopilot. She actively fuels it with small acts that say, I care, I'm here, I'm in this with you. Effort is not about grand gestures. It's about consistency. It's in the way she supports you when you're stressed. It's in the way she notices the details, like how you like your coffee or when you need space. These small investments add up to something priceless, proof that she values you, not just the idea of being with someone. Without effort, love starves. With effort, love thrives. Simple as that. So ask yourself, when you look at her, do you see someone who gives as much as she takes? Or are you pouring into a cup that never fills yours back? The woman who makes effort shows you she's serious about the relationship, not just the benefits of being in one. That's the kind of woman you can build a future with, because she's already showing you she's willing to build every single day. Number 9, she inspires you to be better. A good partner doesn't just accept who you are. She calls out who you could become. The right woman doesn't settle for your potential sitting dormant. She pulls it to the surface, not with nagging, but with presence. Her drive, her standards, her way of living, it all pushes you to rise higher. Think about it. Some women drain you. They leave you tired, stuck, questioning your worth. Others ignite you. When you're around them, you feel sharper, stronger, more focused. That's not coincidence. That's influence. And influence is the most powerful force in a relationship. A woman who inspires you doesn't make you feel small. She makes you want to grow. She doesn't shame you into changing. She motivates you by showing what's possible. You watch how she handles challenges, how she carries herself, how she never settles, and you think, I need to step up. That's not pressure. That's partnership at its finest. Ask yourself this. Does she make you want to coast, or does she make you want to climb? A woman who inspires you becomes a mirror, reflecting not just who you are, but who you're capable of being. And when you find that, you've found more than love. You've found fuel. Marriage is not about finding someone who completes you. It's about finding someone who pushes you toward completion. If she inspires you to become a better man, she is not just the one you should marry. She is the one you can build a legacy with. When you step back and look at these 9 signs, you see a pattern. They're not about perfection, because no woman or man is perfect. They're about foundation, intellect, emotional steadiness, empathy, honesty, ambition, growth, maturity, effort, and inspiration. These are not luxuries. They are essentials. Together, they form the difference between a relationship that thrives and one that eventually collapses under its own weight. The truth is, beauty fades, passion cools. But these qualities? They deepen with time. They transform ordinary love into extraordinary partnership. They carry you through the seasons when life is hard, and they amplify your victories when life is good. If you marry a woman who embodies these traits, you won't just have a wife. You'll have an ally, a confidant, a partner in the truest sense of the word. But here's the part most men miss. Recognizing these signs requires clarity and courage. Clarity to see beyond surface-level attraction. Courage to walk away from women who don't embody these traits, even if they check other boxes. Because settling for less doesn't just cost you happiness. It costs you peace, respect, and the legacy you want to leave behind. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just ask, do I love her? Ask, does she make me better? Does she stand with me when it matters? Does she embody the qualities that build, not break, a future? If the answer is yes, then you're not just choosing a partner, you're choosing your destiny. Now, if this resonated with you, here's what I want you to do. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me which of these 9 signs stood out to you most. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with a man who needs to hear it. Because the right woman doesn't just change your days, she changes your life. And every man deserves to understand what that truly means.